week in PR, in the world of PR, and things that have been going on around the country. We can go into that with some of the PR nightmares.
Where do we start?
In media, yeah. Where do we start?
It's been a week.
Yeah,
it's only Wednesday.
I think we probably want to start with United, because that is, everyone's talking about what happened with United and how horrible this situation is, and what a nightmare, for a publicity nightmare, and billions of dollars lost, value of a company lost, and so much more.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's first of all, it's really unfortunate just because we saw a man not treated in the highest esteem at all. And it was just sad. It was really sad to see that. So I think that's the biggest thing that makes people upset. Even everybody on the plane was upset. You can hear them saying, "What are you doing? How are you treating him?" Like, it was clearly
I mean, I don't regard dragging someone off of a plane unless they had a gun or they were causing harm to other people. I mean, there was there was no question that was just the most horrific thing.
It doesn't matter what their policy says. At the end of the day, the way they treated a human being is just so uncalled for.
Yes.
And it makes me wonder why no one on their team was doing anything about it.
Well, I mean, I think that the CEO, it started with his lame apology, and I mean, it wasn't even an apology at first, and so I think it makes you, we've talked about this before, we've talked about what happens in a situation like this. Well, you call in your crisis team,
this is
and
PR crisis.
yeah, this is PR crisis. You've got to really get down and like do something fast, because you have to handle the situation before it handles you, and you go down. And this CEO should be taken down. I mean, he should step down. I just feel really strongly about that. And
what was the message that he said?
Yeah.
I can read the message that I printed it out because it really just, I had to remember what it was. But so he said, "This is an upsetting event to all of us here at United. I apologize for having to reaccommodate these customers. Our team is moving with a sense of urgency to work with the authorities and conduct our own detailed review of what happened. We're also reaching out to the passenger to talk directly to him and further address and resolve the situation."
So much wrong.
It's
so
so
much
interesting
wrong.
how they play with language and words, and the whole thing with reaccommodate, they did nothing of such nature.
No.
They did nothing to reaccommodate, and that's actually what they should be putting in their policy.
Yeah. I mean, I had an issue with just the first sentence of that. It's upsetting to United. What about him, his family? Like, this man was embarrassed on a viral manner. So where's your apology to him, first of all?
Oh, and the other people on the plane that are
Exactly.
watching this happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just horrific.
But it all comes down to their business model.
Well, that's pretty sad. I mean,
It is. They're always overbooking, they're always overselling, and they're offering vouchers and travel certificates because they know that they do that.
Yeah.
But this is just another level. And I just flew United too, and I actually had a bad experience too.
Well, I mean, they have a fine print that's listed that says like they can just take anyone off the flight, so it doesn't guarantee that you'll even have a ticket. But usually they're supposed to ask before you get on the flight and say, "Would you like to give up your seat?"
Yeah.
And they ask you 4 questions. It's like, you're not headed to a funeral? Are you a doctor? And there's some other things. Well, I don't know that happened before, because I don't know enough about the before he got on the flight.
Yeah.
I just know, like, as of today, just like 5 minutes ago, he's filing in court. He's got 2 lawyers, and he hired a publicist, the gentleman who was dragged off the flight.
It's a good move on his part.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Dowd.
not to mention the fact that they've sort of dragged in, all of his past into this.
From this?
No,
I mean, United just had that whole leggings issue too recently, and then they had this. I feel like it's some heavy times. I mean, didn't you read somewhere that they dropped in value of how much?
Almost $1 billion.
$800 million.
Yeah, last night it was 800 million. Today I think it's like in the billions, they're saying. So that is an ouch. But there was also another, not to change the topic off of United, because there's so much we could talk about.
We could be here all day.
Especially about the apology, because I think that's the most key thing to be talking about, is that apology, and really going to your crisis team and saying, like, what do we do? And really and that's the high profile. Those are the big bucks people to handle something like that. But also Pepsi recently had something that happened. Yeah.
Pepsi had that commercial with Kendall Jenner that the internet was outraged. And it was actually their concept. They wanted to do something. You could tell that they really wanted to move. They had a very diverse cast. It's 2 minutes and 39 seconds. It cost a lot of money. But the lack of sensitivity, or the lack of, there was no tone.
The execution was horrible.
It was horrible, and just, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, but Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter posted out a tweet.
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
I saw
like,
that.
If only if I knew the power of, if only my dad knew the power of Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, you know, Pepsi isn't going to solve, you know, women's right issues, immigration, like discrimination, all of that stuff. It's not going to solve it.
Yeah.
And that's what they almost presented as the solution. Kendall Jenner gives you a Pepsi, and
it's all better.
It's all great. If only we had Pepsi on the United Airlines.
I know. Well, I wrote a blog post for our, for our newsletter, which you should sign up for. Go to the Dunn Pellier Media website, and then you can get all of our PR tips and just sort of our monthly updates about clients and all that good stuff. But we've written about this before in the past about, you know, when good brands go bad, and how do you recover? And, you know, Cheerios had something happen, and you know, when Prince died, they did something funny, and then people were really pissed off about that. So I don't think it's a matter of like everyone being so sensitive, because people say, oh, everyone's so sensitive now. I think it's just a matter of like being real. I mean, would you really have done, knowing your messaging, and I don't know, what would your tips be?
So many things. I definitely think that you should really know who your audience is and who you're targeting, and be really specific and clear on what it is you want to put out there, and be very mindful of the different types of communities that you're speaking to.
My tip would probably be, you know who's handling your social media and who's handling your messaging and putting it out there. And if you don't, and you have an intern, or you have an employee that just started and they don't really know your messaging, to be very careful and have somebody approving all of that beforehand. I mean, I know we have a process here at our company where we have a test page. So we put everything up first before we post it, and so we all kind of have an opinion about, okay, this looks amazing, or this looks good, and then we go from there.
My tip would be to make sure that you have a diverse marketing and PR team, a team where everyone is executed. You have women, you have different races, and you have people who can sit there and say, this is a smart ad, or this is not a smart ad, and this is going to work for this community, maybe not so. Because if you have a diverse team behind you, you're going to, reach a wider audience.
Look at
a very diverse team. Example A.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about who's doing great things in health?
Oh, but wait, wasn't there one more we wanted to talk about? Do we want to?
Yeah. It's new. It's recent.
It's a new one. Cosmo had published an article, and they had a title that was really, really quite alarming. What was the title again?
Well, it was titled "How This Woman Lost 44 Pounds Without Any Exercise." What we'd later find out is that the woman had cancer.
So,
ouch.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they would title it "How to Lose." I just
maybe
like
someone didn't read the article that was putting it up. I mean,
a how-to and to lose weight and be ill at the same time.
I mean,
not a really good formula.
They've since changed the headline, and they've changed it to a serious health scare helped me love my body more than ever. But your
the
initial
damage is done.
Yeah. The internet's already posted it everywhere with screenshots of and the internet is vicious. If we've not seen with Pepsi, with United, it's vicious once they're on attack.
And like for example, with United, you saw all of those crazy memes and things that are coming out now.
They're going to combine all of them together.
Because they're combining the Pepsi thing with
United, like handing a Pepsi to
while the man,
one of the
while he's being dragged away.
Yep.
That's horrible.
It's
oh my gosh. Well, I'd say probably on just a wrap out note about, that is to really just handle your business and handle your messaging and be very careful and be mindful about what you're putting out, and really take the time before just because I would say most crisis PR people would have said, put your message out right away, put your apology out, but you better make sure that you have many people look at that apology before it goes out. And you have to have all the facts. I think, maybe that they rushed to judge to put something out just as like a placeholder, which was the wrong thing to do in that situation. Yeah.
Yes.
I think Pepsi, they did handle it pretty quickly. They took it down.
The sense of urgency was there.
It was quick with Pepsi.
I mean, Pepsi wasn't dragging people down, the plane. But anyway, so I just would ask that people out there just be mindful and really think about things, and let's be kind. Let's be kind to each other and really just appreciate each other for all of the wonderful qualities and things that we have. And there's just so much bad out there. Let's try to be good. Let's do one good thing for people so that, we can create that sense of just community and wellness and just happiness, and that's what I want to create.
Yeah.
Speaking of wellness,
who's
doing great things in health and wellness?
Yeah. So we decided Lewis Howes. He is.
Oh yeah.
He is a mover. He's a shaker.
He's a game changer.
Doing things, and his story is amazing. And he just recently was on
Ellen.
That's like a big win. Lewis Howes.
It's a huge win. We're fans of his podcast. We've all read his book. He is truly an inspirational man, and started out as a football player. Like his story is amazing, and what he's done is great.
His book is amazing too, The School of Greatness.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you haven't read it, go pick it up, and then you can also find him online because he has online programs, and he's just helping so many people.
Yeah, he's such a facilitator.
Yeah.
He's really done the work, and he's really passionate about what he's doing, and you'll get that from his work right away.
Well, didn't you do coursework with him?
Yeah, MITT.
Yeah.
Mastering Transformational Training. It's kind of weird that I know him from that space, and then seeing him kind of become this icon in emotional intelligence and personal development work. It's really exciting because you're side by side to him. Anyone can do it. You just have to have the vision, the intention, and the go-getter mindset.
Yeah.
And you manifest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So lastly, just to wrap things up, so who's inspiring us in the media?
Who were you talking about that one time?
I was talking about that amazing woman, that absolutely amazing, powerful woman. What was her name?
Oh my God, she's such a powerhouse.
And she is the CEO of an amazing company, and she's doing great things. I mean, she's the one and only.
She's such a leader.
A leader, fearless.
She's like a girl boss.
She's the definition.
Yeah.
The definition.
Who are we talking about? I missed that.
She is amazing.
What?
We're talking about Nicole Dunn.
Me? Oh my God, I was so lost. Oh my God, you guys are awesome.
The one and only Nicole Dunn.
I'm blushing.
No, seriously, you are such an inspiration, and what you're doing and the way you're moving and what you've done in our lives personally and just even professionally and seeing your passion, your tenacity.
Oh yeah, you're shaking things up.
You are a mover. You are a shaker. You are a badass female.
You are a girl
And we are just honored, and so we wanted to take this time.
We had a feeling. Be thrown off, but
Wow,
surprise,
thanks. I was like, wait, our next one wasn't.
Nicole Dunn is an inspiration in the media, and she's an amazing woman.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm so blessed to have you both on my team, and I know that we're changing things out there in the world, and we're doing it together, which is awesome. That's another word. I have to change awesome. Tell me a word that I can.
Was amazing. Now
amazing. Now
awesome.
I said awesome. Okay, I say amazing all the time, and I need another word. So
I say awesome.
In the comments, give me a new word that I should be saying.
Next level.
Yes, next level, higher level. I want to thank you all for tuning in, and we want your comments. So give us your comments about what you thought about the United incident and
feedback.
Feedback.
We want to hear from you.
And then also what, maybe a campaign that went well for you. We'd love to hear about that, and a strategy that you might have used to help yourself get great PR and have a great team like our team. And we continue to do these every Wednesday, so tune in. We love to bring you some media mornings with DPM.
Happy Hump Day!